Today on the Topping Show, Matt Walsh roasts a DEI Boeing supplier getting 8 million views in 24 hours on X Twitter. Bud Light Roll Tide tweet, well, more like rolling into a ditch. Vivek inviting a protester into his event goes viral yet again on Twitter X. Rand Paul gives Vivek a shout out in a Never Nikki video and goes viral. Google has massive layoffs, especially on the Fitbit team. Fruit Stripe gum is gone, and Starbucks sued, all for having an alleged not authorized, not ethically sourced supplier. All that much more on The Topping Show. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of Topping Show is proudly sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency in IT security. Heck, I see their founder at least twice a day. Guy says he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, you see, that's the joke. If you're an IT leader or a business owner, you can reach the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Also trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of January, so click that button. I greatly appreciate it. Now going over to the business part of the podcast, you have Google having massive layoffs, especially among the Fitbit team. Now this comes to us thanks to Business Insider, and it shouldn't be too much of a surprise. Google is perhaps one of the most notorious companies for purchasing other brands, starting up new ideas, and then letting them fall to the wayside, either forgetting about them completely or shutting them down and destroying them. Now, it looks like they actually acquired Fitbit, I believe it was back in 2021. Yes, it was back in 2021. Now, it looks like Fitbit founders James Park and Eric Friedman both joined Google as part of the acquisition. They announced that they would be leaving the company, and also several other senior employees are also out. This according to a person familiar with matter. Original article coming from Business Insider, Hugh Langley. And they note that, excuse me, apologize. One Fitbit employee described it as, quote, "It's the biggest blow to us thus far," unquote. And they're saying that a lot of the longtime Fitbit people who have been there for, excuse me, for years and years are being let go. Now the exact number of the cuts is unclear. However, Alphabet workers told that there was about a little more than 1,000 employees that were recently let go. Now, Google spokesperson Andrea Holding told Business Insider, quote, "On the Fitbit side, we remain very committed to serving our Fitbit users well, innovating in the health space and personal AI, and building on the momentum with Pixel Watch, and redesigned Fitbit app, Fitbit Premium Service, and then Fitbit Tracker line. This will continue to be a key part of our new org model," unquote. ... for the next 2 to 3 fiscal quarters. Again, they're talking later in this article, they note about how they're moving engineering resources around and how they're putting more and more technology, research, and development into the Google branded, the Pixel Watch, which it literally is just called the Pixel Watch, which, again, they have actually all the money on the planet, seemingly, in terms of they do not have a lot of resource restraints at Google Alphabet. And I don't know, I guess perhaps this brand they're trying to build loyalty to the brand of Google. You see this with BMW, where most of their vehicles are just named after nomenclature like letters and numbers, and some advertising folks theorize that's so that you build brand affiliation to the actual bigger brand, not the model of the specific vehicle, or in this case, a specific product. But you have the Google Pixel phone, which again, it's the Pixel phone, and I guess the Pixel Watch is simple enough, trying to build up that Pixel brand. I don't know. To me, I like a cool, out-of-the-world name. They seem to take more risks like that in the 70s or 80s, truth be told, I think. But again, I wouldn't be too surprised if they get rid of this in the near future. Because again, they bought out Fitbit for a very, very strategic purpose. It was basically to build up their own watch and bolster their technology innovation in that regard. Hire a lot of the people and the brilliant engineering resources that were at Fitbit. Let me know in the comments, is the brand strong enough to retain in the long term? It's one of those instances where an overwhelming majority of the time, when you buy a company out, eventually the name goes away. In tech, one of the biggest acquisitions was a couple years ago was Hewlett Packard Enterprise bought out Nimble Storage. And Nimble, again, that was a company name of a storage manufacturer. And they kept the brand around for maybe 12, 18 months until eventually they just took the intellectual property of the brilliant software that actually had predictive analytics so that the drives, the spinning drives and solid state drives, and the storage for when they would fail before they actually fail. And they took that software. They put it on all HPE storage, and then eventually I believe they also put it on their servers as well. But the actual brand is gone. And with Fitbit, I mean, that was one of the largest health-related brands for wearable technologies. But if you have Google, you have your Pixel brand that you're building up. I can't help but think they're just going to continue to completely whittle down at what resources are on the Pixel team, or more accurately, the branding team over there, and they put more and more research development into the actual wearable technology. And at the end of the day, we'll probably have a triopoly. You will have the Google Watch, which is the Pixel. You'll have the Apple Watch, which is already immensely successful by number of units sold. And then you'll probably have the Samsung Watch, which, anecdotally speaking, I've met two people who have a Samsung Watch, which they do like it. They're also kind of watch, I don't want to say aficionados or collectors, because, you talk about that, you get into like Rolexes being an entry level watch to movement in that regard. But I would say entry level collectors, like, not things that cost thousands upon thousands of dollars, but they have many watches, is what I'm trying to say. It's not their one and only watch. And of course, you saw the people out here like me, and truth be told, I like the little Garmin I got, and it'll last probably another gajillion years. It's been the best ROI on the planet. Well, particularly because it was also given to me as a gift. But nevertheless, it'll be interesting to see. Let me know in the comments. Are you a fan of Fitbit? Are you concerned that support eventually is going to dwindle away like Google Fiber, Strata, and a bunch of other projects and acquisitions they had throughout the years? Be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, I'm trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of January, so if you click that button, I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a comment and a thumbs up is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.